Hello, my name is Sarah Peterson, and I'm a freshman here at GCU, and I'm applying to be a life leader. First, I'll read through the verses John 1 through 5, and talk about their main points, and then I'll talk about how they can be applied to our life. Verse 1 and 2 read, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God." I think that these verses go hand in hand in talking about how God's message has been around through all of eternity. I think that these verse also talks about how the relationship that we have with God has been around since Adam and Eve as well. Verse 2 initially reiterates the eternity concept, so that's why I felt like they were kind of meaning the same thing. Verse 3, "All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made." I think that this verse kind of talks about how God has a purpose through everything. And I also thought about how in Genesis, when it talks about how God spoke everything into existence and he makes no mistakes, and this verse says that without him, not anything could have been made. So I think that we can find our purpose in him because of that, which leads me to verse 4 and 5 that read, "In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." The first part in verse 4 talks about how we can find our life's purpose in him. And I think that when it mentions the light, that symbolizes us following Jesus throughout just our life and our daily activities. Verse 5, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." I think that this verse offers Christians hope, which is very important to have in our life, just because we're constantly surrounded by evil and brokenness. And I think that this verse can really give us hope because it talks about how God's light shines in the darkness and about how his word can bring us comfort and how he is so much bigger than all of this. And the fact that Satan has not won and that God has, I think is very important too. What all of this means and how it can be applied, I think that we can find confidence in God through this verse because he created everything and nothing would happen without him, and how he is our light in this broken world. And I think that because of that, we can find our purpose in him and follow him. And I also thought about Philippians when it talks about how he is a light unto us, and therefore we should be lights into the world, and how we should work to serve God's mission and bring everyone to his love and his glory. And that's just kind of what I thought of as I read through this and thought about how it can be applied to our life. And I wanted to thank you for also considering me for this position. And I just hope that you all are having a wonderful day. Thank you.